On the business desk at this hour, the Institute of Directors in South Africa has stressed that the highest level of ethical standards are required to hold board executive positions. This is in reaction to the Johannesburg Stock Exchange fining renowned economist Thabi Leoka R500 for failing to verify her claim that she obtained a PhD from the London School of Economics. That institution, however, refuted those claims and confirmed it had no record of the qualification. The JSE has further barred Leoka from holding any directorship at listed companies for at least 5 years after serving on the boards of some of the biggest firms, including Anglo American Platinum, Remgro and Netcare. She was also a member of the previous Presidential Economic Advisory Council. CEO at the IODSA, Professor Parmi Natesan, discusses this with us. Thank you so much for your time, Prof. Let's first unpack the organization's initial reaction to the sanction. It is somewhat very new in terms of what we've seen before in South Africa.
Good afternoon. Yes, certainly it is quite something, and I think it's a good step in terms of accountability and in terms of consequences for actions, because far too often we see things happening and we don't really see any consequences for individuals. So I think this really is a step in the right direction.
A step in the right direction, you say. Let's also discuss the core of what this means for ethical standards at board level. As you referenced a short while ago, there have been other cases that were really just embarrassing in the South African context of board of directors, as well as court cases in this regard.
Yeah, I mean, ethics is sort of a non-negotiable when it comes to corporate governance. And if you think about corporate governance and the board sort of being at the helm of the organization, they set the tone and they're meant to lead by example, which means we expect our directors to be of utmost ethics in their conduct, etc. This sort of thing where someone claims to have a qualification and can't prove it. And I mean, in the JSE SENS announcement today, they sort of imply that they've concluded that she doesn't actually have the PhD because of the lack of response from her, etc. It really starts raising questions around what else is there that the person may be saying that may be untrue.
It is a moral issue as well as an executive one when it comes to ethics, and I'm interested in also finding out about the lessons that South Africa should be learning with this recent case. Where due diligence is concerned, the presidency has announced the new presidential council where Ms. Leoka was a member of in the previous tenure, but due diligence was also lacking there.
Absolutely. It goes without saying, any organization, even if you're employing people just to work in the organization, there's certain due diligences that are conducted. There's background checks, criminal checks, credit checks, etc. So why would that not be the case for non-executive directors who play such an important and key role in the organization? It's also a requirement or a recommendation in King 4 that these due diligences are performed when directors are being considered for election to the board. So certainly that should have been something that should have been done.
As a passing shot, is $500,000 and being barred from sitting on any boards for at least 5 years enough of a deterrent?
There's a lot of speculation and opinions about that. In my view, I don't think we should debate whether the punishment is enough. I think the fact that there is a public censure is already enough in terms of setting the right example and also showing people out there what will be tolerated and what won't be tolerated.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Professor Parmi Natesan is with the IODSA in reaction to the sanctions that have been imposed on Thabi Leoka by the JSE.